Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. Well guys, what we have here is a very cool bolt action rifle chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. What we have here is the Christensen Arms Model 14 Ridgeline model. Now, this firearm is on loan to us from Stan, the owner of SS Pond in Lexington, Nebraska. This rifle is part of Stan's private collection. It's actually his personal deer rifle that he allowed me to take to the range and put a few rounds through it. Had a great time with it. We'll talk about the ammunition, the shooting experience, a little bit about the accuracy, and so on. And guys, go ahead and give SS Pond a call, and they will take care of your firearms needs. They've been a longtime supporter of the channel. Again, this is part of his private collection. So, the Christensen Arms Model 14 Ridgeline. Okay, so what do you need to know about it? Let's just go ahead and run through the details real quick before we do a hands-on and take a look at all those features. All right, now you are going to pay a premium for a rifle like this, but you are going to get a ton of awesome features. I'm going to kind of give you a quick summary here of what you're going to get. All right, so first of all, you got yourself the matched chamber. It is hand-lapped, button-rifled, free-floating barrel. Typical length is 22 or 24 inches, but you can request a shorter barrel from Christensen Arms. In fact, this one was cut down by the company down to 18 inches, and it still has the standard threaded end on the barrel there. It also has the stainless steel thread protector, and I've seen some of these with some muzzle brakes on them too. The action itself, we've got the Remington 700 optics based. Now this rifle is also available in left-handed for $22.45 at the MSRP. Let's see, the other features include the Christensen Arms 416 stainless steel billet receiver with the enlarged ejection port, match grade trigger, 2.5 to 3.5 pounds. Love the trigger, it's absolutely awesome. Billet aluminum machine bottom metal with a hinged floor plate, which, you know, some guys like a detachable box magazine, but I had no trouble with it. It's 5 rounds is what you can run on it, or 4+1 essentially. You've also got the improved bolt release, internal magazine 4-round capacity. Now I did put 5 rounds in this model, so I'm not sure what that was all about, but twin lug spiral fluted, nitride treated M16 style extractor, fluted bolt knob, dual ejector for magnum calibers. Okay, moving on. You've got now for the stock itself, it is Christensen Arms carbon fiber composite and a sporter style. Now, some of the standard features include the Invar pillars, spot bedding, and a limb saver recoil pad, which I can tell you works great. After running about 30 rounds through it, the recoil did surprise me quite a bit, but again, a very comfortable rifle to spend quite a bit of time with the range with and leave without a sore shoulder, which is kind of nice. The stock finish is black with gray webbing. As for the chamberings themselves, I mean, they've got everything from 450 Bushmaster, 22 250, 243, 6.5 Creedmoor, obviously 270, 30 Nosler, 300 Winchester short mag, 300 Winchester Magnum, and so on. So you'll want to check the website for all the different chamberings that you can get on it. Now, it does come with a sub MOA guarantee, and the weight on the short action is 6.3 pounds and long action is 6.8 pounds. All right, guys, let's just give you kind of a little bit of a around the world tour of this rifle. We'll go ahead and start at the front here. If I hadn't said so yet, I'm not sure what the thread pitch is on the barrel. I'll try to get you that information if I can by the end of the video. So if you want to put yourself a suppressor on there, some sort of a muzzle brake, you can do that. You do have the carbon fiber wrap barrel, which just looks awesome. I'm kind of a sucker for carbon fiber. You know, you got nice rigidity, you got that light weight, and so on. And again, the material of the barrel, receiver, the bolt, it's all that 416R stainless steel. Got those flutes, those spiral cuts in the bolt themselves. Kind of the whole theme carries over through the bolt, into the bolt handle. Do have a metal trigger guard, real lightweight thin trigger, which this thing is just set up perfectly for it. The scope itself, the optics that we ran in the range test, it was the Leupold VX3i 4.5 to 14 power scope with a 50mm lens on the front. Now this one was custom dialed in from the factory. It was set up for, I'll try to explain this as simply as I can. You can send these scopes into Leupold once you get them zeroed at 100 yards, and they set up this knob on the top for your windage and MOA adjustments, so it makes it easy to take it out about as far as you need to. And the mount on it, no problems whatsoever. Okay, awesome, awesome. Top of the receiver, you got some of the engraving on the top there, the model number on it, the name, and then you've got your lever to release the bolt when you want to take it out. Again, just a cool gun. Love that finish on the stock too. It looks really cool. And again, very lightweight all the way across. Just, man, something that you could definitely take with you out to the range, on your deer hunts, whatever you want to do. And again, this one had a barrel that was cut down to 18 inches by Christensen Arms. If you call them up, special order, they'll do that for you. A lot of people don't realize that. It's kind of nice. You don't have to have that 22 or 24 inch barrel. And all right, and there's that recoil pad that we were talking about. It almost has like little spring things in it. It's kind of nice. I'll tell you what, after doing 30 rounds, I still don't feel it with my shoulder. I could take another 30 rounds with it if I wanted to. And does definitely reduce the recoil. It pops pretty good in your hands. It bucks pretty good. You definitely need to hold on to it. And that was something I probably didn't do good enough at the range. But definitely a controllable rifle and very nice. Let's go and take a look at that bolt real quick here. Very nicely finished. And it does have the nitride finish on the black too, which is really cool, and also on the handle. Again, if I'm off on any of these details, I do apologize. Guys, I've only had this rifle with me for a short period of time to take it to the range, but had a great time with it. It does have the AR-15 style or M16 style extractor. I guess they say they do that because it is one of the most reliable designs out there. Can't say that I disagree. Okay, definitely nice, beefy feeling lug or bolt. Cleans up nice too. After putting all the range through all the rounds through, it just had no trouble whatsoever after coming back from the range. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Definitely has a strong action to it, but it is nice and smooth. And just nice and smooth. I mean, it was just awesome. Took a little more force than I was expecting, but it does feel secure when you're using it. And again, we are clear. Trigger on this one is nice and light. Very, very, clean break as you would expect, but hardly no play in it at all before it goes. I mean, you can rest your finger on it and it's not going to pop, and I'm not sure exactly what the pound weight is on that, but it's light, but it's not so light that if you just put your finger on it, it's going to go off, which I really appreciate because I was able to kind of reposition myself at the range and take the shots when I was using it. All right, let's talk about the range results themselves. All right, so let's go and talk about range time with this thing. We were shooting the Hornady Precision Hunter ammunition through it, 143 grain ELD X-tip ammo, 6.5 Creedmoor, and I had 30 rounds of it to take out to the range and play around with. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the results to show you how I shot. I shot okay with it. I mean, the owner of it shoots it way better than me. Obviously, it's his rifle. He knows it better than I do. I shot consistent, pretty much 1-inch groups out to 100, 200, and 300 yards. I tried hitting some plates out at 400 and 500 yards, but I had to be kind of careful because it was set up for a match the next day and I didn't want to risk damaging it. Again, not knowing where the ammo was going to go specifically, I kind of laid off the longer distance stuff, but 100, 200, 300 yards, I had nice tight groups, very predictable. This would make a fantastic big game gun, especially when you get out there, say 200, 300 yards, you want to go after some deer, some antelope, or some elk, and so on. Awesome round for that. Again, I'd like to take it out to longer distances at some point. Hopefully in the future we can do that. But shooting it, again, the recoil, it did buck pretty good on me when I was shooting it. A few times there, I had to keep reminding myself that it was not in my lead sled, which is how I test a lot of my rifles. And I had to get a much better grip on the rifle when I shot it. It wasn't uncomfortable. It just had a pretty good kick to it. I mean, it was, I would say it's probably closer to maybe a 270 or, something, maybe a 30-30, more or less like that kind of a feel to it. But again, it wasn't uncontrollable, and I think this would make a fantastic deer rifle, any kind of open range gun that you want to use. All right, guys, so something I just want to mention real quick if I hadn't done so. You are going to have just that standard floor plate magazine with the follower in it, 4 or 5 rounds. It's going to be about it. A lot of guys like to get on the bandwagon and get themselves a detachable box magazine, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this works just fine as is. Had no trouble with it whatsoever. So while I was not able to pull off that sub-MOA group that I was hoping for, it definitely showed me what I can do when it comes to the rifle and what I need to improve with the rifle too, and I think that's probably a good starting spot. So anyway, guys, that is it. The Christensen Arms Ridgeline, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Again, they've got many different chamberings in it. It's an awesome rifle. Check it out. If you want one good premium bolt-action rifle that you can own to pass on to your grandkids, man, this is definitely the way to go. I mean, it's just a very cool rifle. So that is it, guys. So Stan over at SS Pawn, I want to thank you for loaning me this beauty. We'll get this back to you as soon as we can. And guys, in the meantime, make sure that you check out the channel. Please like or subscribe. You can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, gunchannels.com, UGEtube, Gunstreamer, guntube.org, as well as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if I hadn't said so before. So anyway, guys, that is it. Again, a lot more videos coming your way. Please like or subscribe. Guys, I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe and get out there and do some shooting this weekend. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.